Welcome back. It is day 140 of our road to 2200. We're at 2027. Let's go ahead and find our opponent for the day. Okay, we found Baza. We have the white pieces, so we're going to play e4, of course. And we have the Sicilian defense, so we're going to go bishop e2, and then play our weird setup because I'm too lazy to study the open Sicilian. However, we're going to maybe see bishop g7, which will give us a different game. And we do. So I'm going to castle now. And in this kind of setup, we go for the typical kind of Grand Prix attack. So we're going to go queen e1. And now I usually fumble the bag here, but it always gives an interesting game, okay? Let's bring our queen out. We have pressure, looking to play f4 or f5 here. So we're probably going to see e6. E6 is pretty common, and I think I should develop. I think that's what I should do. I forget exactly what the moves are here, but it should be an interesting. Okay, they jump in with the knight. So obviously there's a threat here. I believe we have to take, play knight here, and just try to replace the knight. I think that's the way we're supposed to play. I could also develop the bishop backwards because of takes, but I'm quite sure we're supposed to just capture the knight and then replace the knight with the new knight. Put some pressure on this. And yeah, so they want a fianchetto, but the knight's coming here. We're threatening to win a pawn at the moment. You can't quite push this. And now our bishop's opened up with our knight developed. So f5 is going to be a little bit nasty, I think, potentially, with bishop g5 if they move the e7 pawn. So they just get out of the pin. That's also a move. But now I think I should be able to play f5. If takes, we come in with the bishop trying to get a trade. And if they don't, what can they do? If they play this, I believe we can play g4. This is like typical Grand Prix stuff now. They're moving the queen away, so I think we want to go for an attack. So let's start with f5. They either take, and then I'm going to bring the bishop out. Or no, pushing doesn't make any sense. Knight here is the only other move that I think I've ever seen before. And then we can just go some kind of g4, knight back, and then play bishop in. Okay, but they just say, I'm going to take a pawn. It's actually a good move. I kind of overlooked that my bishop was hanging here. Okay, we got a little bit of tunnel vision there, I guess. I can take, if they were to take the bishop. Okay, let's calculate here. If I were to take, they take the bishop. Takes, they use that as an umbrella pawn. We don't really want that. So takes, queen takes, I go here. Rook takes. Jump in with the knight. Threatening to sack the rook. And, well, actually, be under attack. Here takes. If I were to take this, king takes, hop in with the knight. They can just push. I guess I can probably just take here. Defending this, attacking the queen. You gotta move. So this is probably, just take the pawn back probably. Is there any knight moves? Okay, let's just take the pawn in the center. Let's shift our focus. We got our pawn back. Oh, they pin us. That's a good move. Okay, let's develop here. They want to move this knight and attack this, I think. But we should be fine. Okay, we just go en passant here. Or do I go here? No. mean, we have to take en passant. And then you're going to take like that. No. Takes with check. It's the problem. What if I tempo the queen now? You can't keep the pin. Actually, don't mind this position. I think rook c1. Queen a5. We have a decent position. Yeah, let's tempo the queen. I mean, we did have this move, but I didn't really see anything from it. Maybe there was knight here, though. No. I don't know. This is looking decent, though. We gotta look out for some discoveries. If this... Maybe I go here, takes, check, king here. No. I mean, we kind of just stopped going for the Grand Prix attack here. I guess maybe here, takes. Maybe bishop. No, I can't go bishop here. Maybe then I go here. The knight has to move. Then maybe we can get a trade. I feel like that trade would be decent for me. Unless they play something like this. If they go here, what are we going to play? I mean, we could jump in. I don't know if that check's any good, though. I don't think it's a good check. Opponent's taking a nice think here. Okay, instead they go here. Something about this just doesn't feel too right. What if I go here now? Almost getting to put more pressure on that. Yeah, knight here. Where's the queen gonna go? Knight here. The queen has to move. All of these squares are covered. So knight here. You almost have to play this. Well, no. Knight here you can take. But then I have bishop to d4 attacking the queen and the knight again. So I think that might have been a mistake. I think we can play knight to c6. If you take a seemingly free pawn, bishop de4. Okay, they go there. So I can push, attacking this again. Then they go here. I push. The bishop has to go here, and then I can tempo the queen. No. If I push, I lose the... You dummy. You buffoon. So maybe I just go here then. You can take. No, you can't take. So we go here, protecting the pawn, also threatening some stuff. So here, knight's probably going to move. If the knight moves, I think I'm kind of happy with that. So let's start with bishop d4. Knight here, maybe I even just take it. This is all protected. We have 3 attackers, so we're threatening to win the knight right now. So you almost have to move the knight. If you play this, I mean, I'm just going to take. Takes, knight takes. We hit this. They go here. Should be okay. Especially if the rook open. Yeah, they go back. So I can go check. King here. I don't think that's what I want, though. I mean, probably just take. Oh, but then there's check. No, there's not check, you idiot. So if I start with check here. No, there's nothing in that position. I'm going to run out of time if I don't speed up, though. Can I go here? Takes, knight take, no. Okay, let's trade the bishop. And I'm going to slide back. You can take the pawn. I don't really care about that pawn. I'm trying to checkmate my opponent. Taking here is probably not a good move, though, actually. So it might have been a little silly. Let's go here and then infiltrate, actually. No, but then this is hanging. This is also hanging. Check. Check to start. Check to start. Right. So I can take here, but then they take here. I can also take this. Let's take here. And now maybe I just come in. Takes. Okay, I'm going to trade first. Knight takes. There's a check. There's no check, actually. I can... No, I just blundered so bad. No, that's a huge blunder. Dang it. Okay, I guess I go here. They're going to take the rook. I step up. And then they're going to save the rook. And we probably were winning, but yeah, we messed that one up. No, man. Oh my gosh. All right, GG. Let's take a look at it. What a terrible game. We were completely winning. Yeah, just after this. What are we missing here? It is this check. Okay, but then here. And then we sacrifice the rook. Because if takes, we have check. Mate. I missed that. Check's wrong. We should... My intuition was right. Like, if this just check... Oh, and then there's this. Why am I missing that? Oh my gosh. And the trading was just bad because they take back with the knight. You probably just take. Yeah. If takes, takes, and then if takes, we're just better. Just take the pawn. You have checks. This is safe. That is rough. Even here, it's a draw. What do I have to play? Rook c8. If you take, there's that. And then takes, takes. If this is mate. Okay, so we missed a lot there. Shoot. Alright, let's play another one. That was brutal. 2077. Alright, we have the black pieces. Dang, man, that was... We had a good position and then just, like, completely fumbled it. That's fine. We have a Caro-Kann on the board. Let's take. Are we going to see a Tartakower? No, we have the main line, so I go h5. And h4. If they're going to let me. And they go back with the knight. So I'm going to push h3 now. If knight takes, we just take with the bishop. So probably going to see this. This is pretty common. And then I'll just get my bishop out. Oh, they go for this. Wow, really? What? Was that a mouse slip? I'm not really so sure if that was a mouse slip or not, but... Okay. Interesting. That has to be a mouse slip. I'm tempted to offer them a draw, but... They didn't offer me a draw, so... I'm just going to assume maybe they messed up. I don't know. This is why you offer draws if you mess up. Because I'll accept it. Let's play e6 now. Yeah, if this guy offered me a draw right now, I would take it. But it seems like he's going to play on. Let's try to offer some trades. Let's not forget we have a check here as well if we want it. Maybe I go here. Let's come back with our bishop and just put a little bit of pressure. Slides over. This is under attack. I mean, I can offer a queen. Well, no, I could take. If they take here, I guess then we're probably lost. Can't really develop, can I? I guess I have to take and then develop here. And they just win the pawn. Okay, instead they go there. So now my idea is to play queen c7. Where do I go here? Where do I even take the pawn? Takes... Probably just bring out the queen. Offer a queen trade. Yeah, that move makes sense to me. I don't think there's any sacrifices. They might just long castle here. Because I feel like now they're just trying to attack me. Yeah, so they do long castle. So I'm going to trade this queen. Because it doesn't make sense not to. And then I think I'm just going to play knight d5. Try to get more trades. You can push the pawn if you want, but that drastically weakens your king. And then we should probably just develop our last piece before we go crazy. Yeah, so they trade. I'm going to take with the d pawn, opening up the c file. If they ever go here, we just go here. I guess let's just develop our knight. We still have to be careful here. Like, we're only up, a little bit of material. So they're trying to trap my bishop, but I can just always go all the way back. Not that I want to go all the way back, but it's an option. a5, they go g4, I play bishop h7. This would trap it, so they're going to have to move the pawn. Even on this, I might be able to go here. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm just going to play bishop h7. Yeah, but now their bishop's actually trapped. No, they're threatening to take this pawn. Sneaky. So we got to bring our king forward. Or do I just castle? I could even long castle. King here, I'm not really too convinced that this is the way I should play, but where do you go with your bishop? Let's play king d7. Now you can't take, I would just take this. I wouldn't be surprised if we see this at some moment, but I'm still not too convinced by it. I guess we can play rook b8. Threatening to play b5, and if you take my pawn, or if you take my knight, I'm just happy. So you almost have to take here. Of course, you can continue with this plan, but I don't think you're getting anywhere with it. I think this just made their position worse because they can't go back. I have to push, and then you're trapped. So you have to take now. Yeah, we just go all the way back, though. Okay, I guess that's a move, isn't it? And if I step forward... Okay, let's get out of the pin. Now knight A7 is a threat. I guess you can go here, but we're just happy to take. So here's a move, attacking the pawn. You're probably going to push at some moment. It's a little bit scary. Yeah, but I can go here, 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 here. Bishop back. And then we just take a hold of this file, I think. So, I mean, I'm happy with this. Their bishop gets pretty blunt. I can even maybe think about playing b5. Takes. They're probably debating on this as well. But then I just take. Go check. Oh yeah, there's also just going there, you dummy. Now let's put the rook on this file. They push, but now we're going to play for b5, b4. Yeah, we just go here and here. And we should be doing very, very well. With this pin. The bishop's never getting trapped. King's about to be opened. You push, but now I go b4. You can't let me take. King here, check. King gets hunted out. Can't be good. Yeah, but I just take here. Check's incoming. They push, what? Really? Okay, but now what about just going here? Knight here, knight here. Should be just killer. Check would be checkmate. So, yeah, let's go knight to c6 with the idea of knight b4 and knight a2 checkmate. Held by the pawn and the bishop here. Yeah, so they start having to trade, but now, yeah. Now we're coming in. Knight here is still a threat. It's not checkmate anymore, but it's unpleasant. So check. I think we just go rook b8. Rook b8 push. He's trying to come after this pawn. So maybe I just go to the h file. Or I can actually come back and attack this. I could try and utilize my knight. You can take this pawn, but then I get trades, which is exactly what I want. So you probably shouldn't take that. Yeah, so they move, protecting. Maybe just rook here. Because now this isn't under attack. So here, if takes, we just move. And we have one more trade that we wanted. So let's go ahead and play rook b8. You start pushing the pawns. It's fine. Yeah, so you take. But now I'm just going to move my knight and get some trades. I'm happy to give up a pawn for that. Maybe I should have came in with the knight, though. That was probably a little bit silly. Let's give a check. Yeah, and then I'm going to come back with the knight. It was a little bit ridiculous. This is a blunder, by the way. We go here with check. And now my rook's going to infiltrate. You go here, I go check. You're trying to create a pass pawn over here. But, so if I go check, here takes. I can go king here. Here, takes, king here, push, here. And we're in time. So let's go check. And I'm just trying to play this. Because if I get the rook here, you can't do anything. Yeah. Now we go here, we're threatening to trade the rooks. And once again, oh, that move? Don't I just take, though? Yeah, I think I just take. If you take, I trade the rooks, and we're just winning. Check. Trade the rook. And then the king just comes back. You didn't even take? Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that's probably an undeserving win, but we'll take that, I guess. If he offered me a draw, I actually would have accepted it. I played with a 91. My opponent played with an 86. There was a... I gotta say, this has to be a mouse slip, right? But, anyways, let me come out. This was working on my conversion skills. I think we did a pretty decent job here. He made me work for it, and I actually love that. He put up a lot of good chances here, and then knight here, best move, going back. Now here, I think we should have went forward. the night before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then if this, we just take. Yeah. We would have got to the position that we did a lot faster because I had to invest another move. And then, yeah, here we just take. And not really much to analyze on that game. Now, that first game was definitely interesting, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you tune in tomorrow to see if we can get some wins and get closer to that peak. Thanks for watching.